Alright, what's up everyone? It's Jay here, back with my NFL predictions. To recap week 11, I got 8 out of 15 predictions correct. A whole lot of upsets, but wasn't expecting those to be upsets anyways. But let's move on to week 12. Number 1, Chicago at Detroit, and I'm picking the Bears winning 23 to 21. Chicago and Detroit, the rivalry between those two, Chicago's gotten most of it these past few matches, and I expect Chicago to get this one again. But it's going to be a close game. But Chicago's going to win it. Number 2, Las Vegas at Dallas. And I am picking the Cowboys winning 28 to 14. I think the Raiders have been on miscue for the past 3 games, lost 3 consecutive games. But the Cowboys, they just seem to be doing a better job, even with tough opponents. But I think Dallas, they'll be able to get the victory. Number 3, Buffalo at New Orleans, and I am picking the Bills winning 25 to 23. The Bills just got roasted by the Colts last week, while the Saints have lost 3 consecutive games. Moreover, I expect the Bills to dominate this one in a very close game. Maybe they'll be behind 1 point, but they'll come up clutch with a field goal at the fourth quarter, the closing seconds. It's going to be a tough one, given that both teams are at 500 above, or above 500. But this will be an interesting one, and I can't wait to see what happens. But Buffalo's going to take the victory. They just have more of a solid defense and offense. Number 4, Tampa Bay at Indianapolis, and I am picking the Colts winning 31 to 30. Now the Colts have been on real fire. They've won 3 consecutive games, and Jonathan Taylor has blasted off. The Buccaneers, on the other hand, they've been losing some matches. They lost against the Washington football team, and I think that it'll be a high-scoring match, but Indianapolis would take home the victory. Plus, Tom Brady's 8-0 against Indianapolis since 2010, but I think that streak is going to come to an end. There's going to be another big upset, and Indianapolis is someone who you cannot sleep on. Number 5, Tennessee at New England, and I am picking the Patriots winning in overtime, 26 to 23. The Patriots have also been on fire. They've won 5 consecutive games, and Mac Jones seems to be doing a good job with handling matches and throwing for touchdowns. The Patriots' offense and defense are dominating. They dominated against Cleveland, and they dominated against Atlanta in the shootout. So I expect them to dominate a little bit more against Tennessee, but not as much. But Tennessee is also good on defense and offense, even without Derrick Henry. So it'll be a close scoring game, but New England's going to take home the victory. Number 6, New York Jets at Houston, and I'm picking the Texans winning 21 to 10. Both teams are 2-8, and they've been struggling a lot, but Houston has had a major defensive game in Tennessee this past one, a major defensive turnaround, and I think they'll do the same here against a very bad team, New York Jets. And nonetheless, they'll win, but they won't win a lot though. It'll be against an easy team, so nothing to expect much. Houston's going to get the victory just because it's in Houston, I guess. Number 7, Philadelphia at New York Giants, and I'm picking the Eagles winning 27 to 20. I think with Jason Garrett fired for the New York Giants, the offense will probably have to get used to Freddie Kitchens, and probably it's not feeling good for the offense in New York right now, Giants. But Philadelphia, they seem to be coming off a big victory against New Orleans, and they won against Denver, and they scored 30-plus points in both matches. So I expect the Eagles to rise up and perhaps score a lot of points in New York Giants territory. So it's a big game. It's going to be another one for Philadelphia, but a hard-fought victory. Number 8, Carolina at Miami, and I am picking the Panthers winning 30 to 26. Cam Newton did play well against Washington, but it was ultimately not his fault. I think maybe just more playing and more time of possession matters for Carolina, I guess. But yeah, in Miami, they've won 3 consecutive games. They be seeming to do a good job, but Carolina, I think Carolina's gonna just win it against Miami. Number 9, Pittsburgh at Cincinnati, and I am picking the Bengals winning 24 to 23. I know Pittsburgh has had a close one against the Los Angeles Chargers, but Cincinnati, they just seem to be rebuilt. Like, they're starting to find their tempo again. They've been scoring points, and you got Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, the LSU connection. But what do you got against Pittsburgh? I mean, you got Najee Harris, and a good defense, but I think Cincinnati will come up clutch in this one, like they did last time. Number 10, Atlanta and Jacksonville. Obviously, I'm picking the Falcons winning 30-17, 30-17, and nothing more can be said about Atlanta and Jacksonville. Jacksonville's just really struggled this season. I know they came clutch in some situations, but Atlanta will be very hard for Jacksonville. So, nonetheless, Atlanta's going to dominate. Number 11, Los Angeles Chargers at Denver. And I am picking the Chargers winning 30-25. I think Denver, they've won against easy opponents except for Dallas, but the Los Angeles Chargers, they seem to be finding their tempo again. A hard-fought victory against Pittsburgh, and I think it'll be a hard-fought victory against Denver. Maybe they'll retake the division lead for all you know. And plus, Denver needs to find a true quarterback. Number 12, Minnesota at San Francisco, and I am picking the 49ers winning in overtime, 37-34. I think San Francisco is getting a lot of defensive players back from injury, and they seem to be finding the tempo again. And nonetheless, they're rising up to the occasion that, hey, we can prove this. We're a playoff team. But Minnesota's also doing the same thing, so it's going to be a big offensive battle between the two, and maybe one defensive touchdown for each side. But nonetheless, San Francisco will get the better of the victory. And it's in San Francisco, so what can you say about it? Number 13, Los Angeles Rams at Green Bay, and I am picking the Packers winning 27-19. Beware of Lambeau Field. Aaron Rodgers will overcome anything that happens to him, and they'll still be number 1 or number 2 seed. But the Rams, as for Matthew Stafford, he's won a few amount of games in Lambeau Field, so I expect the Rams to drop down their third consecutive loss, and plus Green Bay, they'll be taking home the victory. Nothing more can be said about Green Bay anyways. They're just too good of a team. Number 14, Cleveland at Baltimore. And I am picking the Ravens winning 33-23. I know Cleveland's 6-5, and they seem to be doing fine in the rush game, but Baltimore is just on another level. I know they've lost some games. They lost to Las Vegas, Cincinnati, and Miami. They should have won against Miami anyways, but Baltimore, they all seem to have the rushing attack again. Even a bigger rushing attack, especially when you get your quarterback. Hopefully Lamar will be healthy for the game, and Cleveland will. I think Cleveland's just been injury plagued a lot this season, but despite their players coming back, Baltimore's going to dominate both sides maybe. Number 15, Seattle at Washington, and I am picking the Seahawks winning 27-21. The Washington football team has lost their key defensive player Chase Young, and I don't know how long Montez Sweat will be on injured reserve. Although Russell Wilson, I think he'll find a way to bounce back, and maybe he'll find a way to upset some of the teams who are better than him. And plus, Seattle's always known for having winning records, but maybe not this season. It's kind of heartbreaking to see Chris Carson gone for the season, even though Russell Wilson's back, but Seattle's just going to take this one, no matter what. And the teams that are on bye week this week are Arizona and Kansas City. Other than that, that's all for week 12. I wish you all a great Thanksgiving, and be sure to subscribe and comment in the channel below. Thank you.